Hello guys, welcome back to Trash Shit. Okay, we've got a full house today of beautiful, beautiful women. Okay, yeah, one of these women is single. Chinelo is single. You see how beautiful she's looking, the one with the blonde wig. So, guys,
Am I single?
if you're interested, hey, you know where to begin. Anyway,
I am
Shut
single.
a fee for anyone to talk to
I'm
Chinelo.
single.
I know you're single, Chinelo. And guys, we've got Michelle in the house today. Michelle is a brand new person. We've just unboxed her today, and this is the first time. Okay, she's a trashy virgin, but she's been this virgin today. And you've got Talia, who is part of us now, and then you've got Chinelo as well, and your usual madame sitting at the corner, Yuri. Thank you guys for tuning in again to another interesting episode of Trash It. And thank you to all our subscribers and all our fans out there. Keep sending in those messages, and we're going to have you unlocked. So basically, we got a message from one of our supporters, one of our fans, who's saying that she needs advice from you guys, our viewers, and from the panelists. So basically, she's in a relationship, okay? The relationship is an abusive one, okay? She and the guy, they quarrel, the guy beats her up and all of that. But at the moment, the guy has asked her to marry him. And she wants to remain in that relationship because she loves him, he loves her. And for her, she feels that him hitting her and beating her is a sign, is a way of him showing love. So guys, please, what do we need to do? Men be scarce these days. What do we need to tell this sister? Michelle, let's hear from you first.
God, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. I think, as women, you want to get married, you want to think of your future, your kids. Men, I don't think people change. What you see in the beginning is what you'll see in the middle, is what you'll see in the end. So, think about your future. What do you want for your life? It doesn't make sense. Okay. Love or no love. Sorry.
Okay. Talia, what do you have to say to this woman?
Mm-hmm. She's clearly
delusional,
lacking self-esteem here. Because there is absolutely nothing that makes anybody want to stay in an abusive relationship. I mean, I get it. I recently had a conversation with somebody and she made me understand that actually I've never been in that situation, so I don't have appreciation for their feelings. But there's only one outcome of staying in an abusive relationship, and that's death. It's death. It's demoralizing. It's sucking you off life. And why in God's name does anybody want to continue in that state when you know that the end outcome, everyone always think that, he's going to change, he will change for me. If he hasn't changed all this while, why do you think he will change? I don't get it.
Yeah, so what makes you so special for you to think that he's going to change for you?
Change.
Do you think prayers might work, fasting? No? Is that a no?
I mean, if the man himself is God-fearing, then maybe, just maybe, it might work.
For that,
go on, Michelle.
You test that out before you get married. You do the prayers and the fasting. Were you not praying and fasting before you were married? Well, you're just going to start when he proposes? It doesn't make sense. No.
The idea is just to send message out there for people to stay clear of such men. I don't know.
So let's label him and put his picture out there and just say, beware, stay clear. Chinelo, let's hear your view, because I like the way you're just posing in that corner thinking, okay, let's hear what you have to say. I
know.
Okay, first of all, I've not been in that sort of relationship before, and I'm not an expert, like I'm not a counselor to be able to advise a woman whether to marry such a man or not. But the long and short of it is that before we jump into condemning this lady for wanting to marry this woman, we have to ask ourselves, do we have a solution to whatever is her reason for wanting to marry this man? Because you can't tell a woman, don't marry this man. Like Celia said, men are scarce and all that and all that. That might be one of her reasons. Another reason is that she might have been in an abuse, but maybe she was raised in an abusive home where it is just a norm, where father beats mother and the children just see it and it's just a normal thing. Because you can't tell me that a man would beat up a woman and at the end of the day, the woman still wants to go in there saying it's love. I can assure you it's not just love, because love is just one out of 1 million reasons why people marry. Because if you base your marriage on love, trust me, you won't see the light of the day. Now, at the end of the day, this lady is insisting on marrying this woman. On marrying the man. If she wants to marry the man, she first of all needs to go for counseling for her to be able to, unravel the reasons why she wants to marry this man. Because if it's based on financial reasons, or like in my line of work where we see women who are dependent on the man, maybe they do substance misuse and the man finances it, how can you tell this woman not to marry this man if you're not providing services that would actually support her not to marry this man? So it would just be like you're giving an advice. And what happens if it's just like saying to a thief, don't steal, and you're not giving the person, you're not equipping or empowering the person to do some, engage in something else. Like we are Africans, so from Nigeria where there are no jobs, and instead of an armed robber, stop stealing. I haven't heard that some armed robbers go and pray before they go to steal. So you can imagine that sort of thing. You're telling a woman,
job.
Yeah. So you're telling a woman who a man beats up not to marry this man, and she's depending on this man financially. Maybe she's training her younger ones in school, or maybe there's a baby involved already, and she doesn't want a situation where this baby will not even have a father. So now at the end of the day, she would want to marry this man because she wants to protect the baby, give the baby, not so that the baby will not be a bastard at the end of the day. So it's a matter of understanding why she wants to go into this marriage, because she is saying it is love, but trust me, it is not love. Okay. There are so many other reasons behind that. So that's my opinion.
Yuri, do you have something
you
to
can
add?
see that. You can see that I'm just fuming. Okay, my first degree was actually in psychology, and there's something called Stockholm syndrome. When your abuser, you're so used to being abused, you're not considering it. Now, I wish I could see this lady, the lady that emailed us. I know it's not. I would want to shake her and be like, come out of your state, because there's something ought to be wrong with that person. And I'm not being condescending. Mentally, for you to think that you can survive abuse, thrive in an abusive situation, raise a child in an abusive situation, and be a perfect human being, not just for yourself and for the man. Because I don't get it. I know you're quite right. Men are scarce. Women are scarce too. We are not easy to find.
Yeah, sure.
You can't just walk in the streets of London and see me. It doesn't work that way. I'm limited edition. So I understand this. Yeah, it's true. I understand that things are scarce. We are all scarce. But look, this is where you put a premium on yourself. Put a value on your life. Because if you don't value your life, that means your life is nothing. Then why are we waiting for the guy to marry you? He might as well just kill you right here and there. You mean nothing. Because if you put a value on your life, you got Celia, Talia, Michelle, Chinelo. I can't be driving my car and I see a huge train coming, HC2, and be like, yes, I want to go on a fast train and drive my car through it. That would be very stupid of me, because I would die.
Yeah, but that's a risk, though. Sorry, can I come in a bit?
Yeah.
Life is all about risks. This woman might have a plan. Sorry, Yuri, to cut you short, but at the end of the day, this woman might have a plan to say, okay, like we're in the Western world, where when you marry a man, then legally you'll be entitled to what he has, when there is a divorce. I'm just saying.
But can I come to you with your risk? There's something called mitigating against risk. It's only a stupid person, and I'm not insulting you. Yeah. It's only a stupid person that makes a calculative guess on a loss.
Yeah, no, but that's the way people prosper. If you don't take risks in life, you don't prosper. I'm telling you the truth. Let me give you an example. And I'm drunk.
So you will take a risk. Hold on, Chinelo, let me come to you. Yeah. And I'm not trying to put people that have got HIV/AIDS down. So I've got HIV, I've got Corona, and I'm gonna make you a ton of money. And I've come to you. Let me sleep with you. You will take that risk because you want to be rich.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
This is not business.
No.
Marriage is not a business. I'll let someone come in because
let's hear that point before I go to Michelle, because I see Michelle wants to say something. But let me hear your point real quick about the risk that you're talking about.
Okay, well, first of all, like I said, I don't want people to misunderstand me. I'm not actually promoting for women to go into
absolutely.
Yeah, I understand that.
What I'm saying is that if we do not have a solution to these women's problems, and we're saying to her, not marry this man, so what next? She will still go ahead and marry this man. So I would rather say, let her seek counseling. Let her see if she can stand on her own. But I also believe that people take risks. Let's say, for instance, she goes into marrying this man, and she's just waiting for the man to beat her up just one day after the marriage, and she files for divorce. Now she's able to get that financial security that she wants.
Yeah.
If he doesn't die,
okay.
Now that's the risk I'm talking about.
If
he dies, well, that's her loss. But what if she doesn't die? Not all people who abuse die, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's the fact.
I see where you're coming from, and that is a very, very calculated risk. What you're saying. Mm-hmm. That is a very okay. I'm gonna go to Michelle before I come to you, Talia, because I see all that smile is very. It's not.
I'm smiling too.
You know why?
Yeah, let's hear it.
It's funny because obviously when we talked about this before, Celia, I hadn't really thought of my own life experience. Mm-hmm. And then, I was with one guy and he used to cheat back and forth. And I would go, the girl would call me, say, I'm sleeping with your boyfriend, I'm not going to stop. And I would still take him back. Loads of stupidness. Mm-hmm. The one thing that made me leave, one day we were in a club in Southeast London. And I don't know what happened. He saw me talking to someone who actually turned out to be a family friend. He grabbed me by the neck and he threw me up against the wall of a Barclays bank.
You never said?
That is what made me leave on my life. Yeah? That is what made me leave. I went back and forth with the cheating. It wasn't until nobody, this was, I was 19. So we're talking like a long, long time ago. Yeah? But it was when he put his hands around my neck and he was holding me like this. And I thought, this can't be my portion.
Never.
And I think it is just about loving yourself. Mm-hmm. If you love yourself, I thought I love myself more than I will ever love any man. Mm-hmm. And that is what made me leave. It was a toxic relationship anyway. But I think you like someone said, it's about your self-esteem and about loving yourself. No risk is worth it. No money, no car, no house. No perceived family life. It's not worth it. People need to love themselves.
Talia, let me hear what you're.
I just want to go back on the point that was made about raising up a child without a father. What about raising up that child without the mother? Because you quite rightly pointed out all the things that could be lost if she leaves the relationship because he's abusive. What about her losing her life because he's abusive? Because at the end of the day, we hear, it's something that happens. It's not just in our fiction, in our mind. It actually happens. Women are beaten to death, especially in our country, in Nigeria. Not so much here, because I don't hear it so much here, but it happens. So, I don't feel like I have to give anybody a second opinion or a second, an alternative or a go-to plan for me to tell you to get the hell out of your abusive relationship. If you've got children or you've got a child with that person, that's enough reason for you to pick up your bags and leave.
Can I just say something? I know we all know Halle Berry.
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure if she's registered disabled, because obviously she's got an hearing impediment. And I think this was where Eric Benet, I think it was Eric Benet, that slapped the hell out of her. So either Eric Benet or Wesley Snipes, one of them she was in an abusive relationship with. I think I need to fact check it, but it's actually one of them, and slapped her that she lost 50% of her hearing.
Wow.
Now, so I'm not gonna lose any of my faculties for nobody, because these eyes, they need to see the money I'm making. These ears need to hear the light when I hear cha-ching. So most important, I need to be alive to take care of my child. So I know this lady has just reached out to us, and it's easy for me to sit on this platform and say, don't do this. It's easy for me to give you advice. But at the end of the day, you need to put a value on your head. Are you valuable? I understand where Chinelo is coming from. And I understand sometimes circumstances make people go the other way. I need to be in this relationship because I need to send so and so person to go to school. But trust me, even as women, as educated, as powerful as we are, no one is guaranteed tomorrow. What gives you the impression you're gonna be here tomorrow when this guy taunts you and you hit your head on the red? Do you remember that story, Celia, about this lady that was in an abusive relationship? She was just staying there because she had so many financial commitment, and one day this guy just beat her up that she had a brain aneurysm.
Wow.
Yeah, and she had to be moved out of her home and started living in a care home, and that's where this lady has lived, and this man moved on.
Yeah.
So trust me, it's so easy for men to move on. It's women that things happen in our situation, in our relationship. Hold on. I'm like, I don't want to be judged. I want to stay there. People will verbally tell you to go to the war room. Do you remember that video? I'm sure everyone. So I don't know. It's not,
Chinelo.
Yeah. I was going to say about, you know what,
Talia.
What Talia mentioned about, you know, what if the child doesn't have a mother? You know, that I want to respond to that in the sense that we are Africans. I'm an Igbo lady, especially. When a woman has a child for a man, and you decide to leave this man because he beats you up or he does something to you that you can no longer tolerate, when you're living that marriage, you're not living with your child. You're living alone.
Wow. Really?
So, yes. Things may have slightly changed now, but I still know. No, sorry?
I was gonna say, what year is that? Because I don't know any woman.
No, it's still happening now. It's still happening as we are. Things may have changed with some women who are a bit more enlightened or more educated now. But the vast majority of Igbo people, as it stands at this moment, when a woman marries a man, or whether it's a relationship, as far as the man claims ownership of this child, and you decide one day that you want to leave, you're living alone. You're not living with the children. So now, that's why I was saying that in that kind of situation, the woman might want to stay in that relationship because of the children, you know, and now she definitely she would forget that her own life would be at risk. Because she's not thinking of herself.
Chinelo, let me come in there. I saw a movie yesterday. I think the title is Reaction. It's on Iroko TV. And the woman, just the same scenario, because when I watched that movie, I thought, you know what, this is a topic we need to trash, because it was Igbo as well. And she got married to this guy. The guy was very well-to-do, but the guy's sisters and brothers, they weren't really all that. And the man was the main person assisting the family. And then when he died or faked his own death just to prove something to the wife, the family swooped in the same day. It went even 2 hours after his death. His body was still upstairs in the bedroom. The man's family, all four of them swooped in. The one that was trying to claim the woman and the children as the woman is now my wife, they were claiming the woman. And the ones that were trying to collect all the documents of the house and all the landed property from the woman was doing that. So again, that's a tradition that I think should be abolished. But anyway, we'll so Yori, you have a question?
All right. No, I do have a question. I know it's like this lady said, oh, he's beating me. But what if we have a situation that we know beating is a no-no, but if we now advising friends or family members have come to us and be like, well, actually he's not beating me. It's more of being manipulative. So he's like, I'm 110% in this relationship, but he won't put a picture up on his DP, on his social media, and someone that is very active on social media. You come in, blow hot today, blow cold tomorrow, or I'm all in, and she, eagerly waiting on everything. And I think in this case, there was a time that she did ask him to put a picture of hers on Facebook, and that was the last time that she heard from him. So not all domestic violence is physical. There's some manipulative, narcissistic human beings that will put you on edge. 1 minute they're blowing hot. So you put all your eggs, like this lady probably has said, oh, he loves me, he's attentive. But you're not even in his remit. His family doesn't know you. His friends don't know you. You're a ghost in your own relationship.
And your friends may not even know him. Do you know what? For me, Yuri, right? That's just I'm sorry, guys, but that's just a head fuck, okay? Because I'm sorry. If I'm in a relationship and I can't put you on my social media because you claim to be a very private person, but you're so private, you can still come and shag me before we get married. That's not being private, darling, okay? And also, honestly, you're so private. I don't even know your friends. I can't introduce you to my friend. Okay, no, that's a no-no. That is even worse than physical abuse because that is manipulation.
Thank you, Celia. Let me go to Michelle because I can see her shaking in her weave. Like,
no, I agree. Do you know what it is? I'm totally agreeing with everything you've said in terms of, you know, you have to find the line. Because I think of my partner, he's not active on social media, and I'm relatively active on social media. But it got to the point when we were dating, I just had to say, look, is there an issue here? Like, you don't post me, I relatively post you. But then I had to look at his activity. We don't use social media in the same light, so therefore it wasn't an issue. But I think back to your point in terms of there's other forms of abuse, and to be fair, they're all equally as bad as another, you know. So just because you're not putting your hands on me, but you're telling me that I'm too skinny, I'm too dark, I'm too this, I'm too that, you're still chipping away. Yeah,
Michelle,
and that's as bad as each other.
Sorry, Michelle, quick one. With that social media thing you're talking about, I understand some people might not even have an Instagram account. Well, WhatsApp, everybody has WhatsApp. So I can't just put you on my WhatsApp status. It's your birthday, for example. Can't I just do that?
No, I think my issue was more of him posting me. So he didn't mind what I did, but he didn't post me.
But the guy might even tell you, don't post me on yours either.
No. You can't control what I do on my Insta.
Let me go to Chinelo. Chinelo, I want to be private. I don't want to be posted. What's your take on this?
Well, the thing is, in every relationship, everyone has to respect the other person's respect. Exactly, the boundaries, because we're not from the same parents, so we're two people coming together, you know, as one. So we will have our differences, and it's very, very important for everybody to respect the other's difference. If somebody doesn't like you posting their pictures, like for me, my partner before, he didn't like me posting his pictures, and I didn't want him to post mine either. So that we existed that way for the time that we were together. We didn't post each other's pictures. But then he would not want me to post some on my own. And I said, no, this is where you cross the boundary.
Yeah, why?
Because, but that's part of the emotional abuse. And that's why it's very important.
Okay.
That's why it's
so what we're saying is that wasn't right. That wasn't right.
No. What I'm saying, it wasn't right. But we as mothers, or mothers to be, we need to make sure we instill in our daughters that confidence. Because for me, I grew up, my mom gave me a lot of confidence. She told me I was beautiful. And if anybody tells me, if anybody says to you, you're not beautiful, don't even, recognize it. You tell yourself you're beautiful. You tell yourself you're intelligent, even if you're not. So with that sort of confidence, I don't even care it never bothered me whether he said anything about, why do you have to put that picture there? You're ugly, you're not, you're this, you're that. I will tell him, well, I think I'm very beautiful. I'm the most beautiful person on earth. And I'll go ahead and do it. And I was waiting for him to lay his hands on me because he never did that anyway, because he would have never the other way. But he did it.
All right. Let me go to Talia, because I can see Talia moving like, what? I don't want to post you, Talia. What are you going to do?
Well, if you don't want to post me, I don't want to post you either.
Exactly.
No, but the thing is, though, I do, in that sense, I do feel that it is abuse because, like Celia said, that you're fingering my brain at this point. If you're saying, I can't post you, you can't post me, don't post me, that's too much. And that will only lead me to thinking, okay, if I can't post you and you don't want to post me, what are you up to? What are you doing that you're hiding, that you don't want people to know or you don't want people to see? Because I'm not posting you, that means we're not public. Then if we're not public, then what are we?
You're wasting my time.
That's
but you don't have to be public, though. You don't really have to be public, Talia. You don't have to be, if it's not a public person, there are introverts, there are people.
No, but the thing is, for instance, my husband doesn't post, but I can post him at my will.
That's it.
It's the thing of when you're telling me not to post you. If you're telling me I'm not posting you,
but
you don't post me, then you're hiding something. As far as I'm
if you tell me not to post you, but you see why some women attract physical abuse to themselves. When somebody has said to you, do not post me, and you insist on posting or insist on knowing, I'm crying. In a relationship, I'm telling you, there needs to be.
You did just say that. I didn't just hear that.
Honestly, the more you cry, the more problems you're going to find.
So you're saying by crying, is warranting physical abuse.
No, I said it happens to.
Or maybe you didn't. Maybe you didn't phrase that properly. I'm gonna let you have that one. But no, there is nothing that a woman does that deserves anybody, any man.
No, I'm saying it could provoke a man into doing it. I'm not saying they are right to do it.
Let me come in for 2 seconds there. My partner has 0 social media presence, but everywhere you see him, you see me.
Right.
So I'm present without artificial intelligence. But the problem I would have is say, oh, don't post me.
Right.
We're going to have a problem because why wouldn't I post you? So that means there's a problem. There's someone that is not supposed to see us together. And now we're getting like, I can't be around, your friends don't know me, your family members. So we really then need to define the relationship, because for all I know, I'm inside the relationship by myself.
Yeah. I think the issue is, there's a line of, if my partner wasn't happy with me, if they're not on social media like that, that's fine. So I wouldn't be every day in their face, camera. You know, I'll post, but you can't tell me what I can post on my social media. That's me, that's my love, you know? So there's a line of respect that you should have, but it's not something that you can control.
So are you saying that if he says you shouldn't post him, you go ahead and post him? That's why he said you shouldn't post him.
I would.
Because do you think that's right, though? Do you think that's right?
Like I said, it's my social media. It's not wrong.
I don't know whether it's right, but it's not wrong, because that's my husband.
When somebody has said, please do not post me.
Can I put a king curry? Should social media matter?
You say don't post my children. Okay, I'll give you that. But don't tell me not to post you. What are you hiding?
Yeah, but my children are my children. You can't tell me. For me, no, I'm sorry, I have a different view. I can post my children whenever I like because they are mine. But if you say to me, please don't post me because I'm not a public person. If you give me
your children are yours, but your husband isn't yours.
Yeah, that's a bit.
Okay, hold on. You can't divorce your children. Remember that. But you can divorce your husband. Do you know?
But while we're married, he's mine.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But it's yours while you're married. What happens when you're not married?
And for the duration of when we're married, I'm going to post them.
Yeah, so the children are mine, irrespective of whenever, whether I'm divorced or not. They are still mine. They came from my womb, so they can't divorce me. So
whether you're divorced or not,
it's ours. It's mine. I won't tell him not to post his children. Likewise, you can't tell me not to post my children.
Or not to post. I think the question here is, does social media really matter?
No, social media. Listen, Yuri, let me answer that question. Social media doesn't matter because most things on social media is all fake and it's all audio. But now the issue here is, if the man, if you're not able to introduce, I'm coming back to the actual question now. If you're not able to introduce your boyfriend, not your husband, because obviously you would have had the wedding and everybody would have seen your husband, right? But if you're not able to introduce the guy you're dating to your friend, to your female friend. I remember when I started dating my husband, everybody knew. My whole church knew. Okay, when I would go to Germany and bring back chocolates, people would be like, oh God, I don't think I want to eat this fornication chocolate, but hey, I don't care. God is that, okay? I'm married today, hey, to the same person, you know. So everybody knew who I was going out with. So if my husband was somewhere out there doing something, people would say to me, I saw OG in one place. Oh, yeah, you understand? So at the end of the day, it's not right for a guy to say, I'm so private, I will not want you to introduce me to your friends. You can introduce me to your family, but I don't want you to introduce me to your friends. I don't want you to meet my friends. Nah, then there's something wrong, because sometimes it's the friends that you hear things from, not the family. Because I've heard stories where family would marry you out, but they will still have a boyfriend for you somewhere because that's the one that's bringing in the money. So I
know there was.
But can I just go back, Yuri? You asked if social media matters. Yeah. I think the issue is social media matters. It does matter to some people because that's their living, their lifestyle. That's how they make money. You know, so actually social media does matter to some people, not to me, but to some people.
And there was I
think social media is different from introducing your partner to your family and your friends. Some people don't just want to be there in social media. I think
the reason why some ladies have gone the route of social media, I can remember there was a time there was this lady that actually took this guy's picture and I put it on, I think it was one of these popular blogs, and goes, come claim this guy. Is he yours? If he's not yours, then I can take it because he's in my DM.
I disagree with that. I think that's out of order.
Yeah, I think that's a bit extreme. That's a bit extreme. Yeah. But the thing is, I think we're going to try and round it up, because the thing is, this is a very juicy one, and we can go on for hours, you know, deliberating about this. I think the advice we have for this person is, and I think this is unanimous, in as much as we know that men, that, you know, the scarcity of men and all of that. But
scarcity of women?
Of women, yes, you keep saying that, but yeah, there's scarcity of women. But yeah, there's scarcity of men out there, and we understand that if maybe she's given a lot into the relationship, because I remember my in-laws, one of my brother-in-laws would giving us a gist about how when they were in uni those days in Ekwoma, where this guy, they'll go to their guy's house, the guy had a girlfriend, the girlfriend would be there cooking, and sometimes the guy will beat the girl up mercilessly. They'll have to carry the girl away from there and tell her, you born this boy. But the next day, by the time they come back, the girl is there wearing t-shirts and cooking. You understand? So how do you separate someone like that? And believe it or not, that person is going to end up marrying that girl. Do you understand? Now the girl is going to end up marrying that guy. So really and truly, that is just open door for domestic violence, because when you start the relationship, when you eventually get married, it's not going to change. I watched another film the other day, same thing, boyfriend and girlfriend. The boy was abusing the girl, physically beating her. I thought they were married, because he would buy her a gift and apologize, and the girl would accept and take him back, only for me to find out they weren't even married. So in my head, I'm thinking, because you're not married, that's why he's begging you and buying you gifts. But when you're married, you're not going to get any of these gifts anymore, because it's going to be where you don't have anywhere to go. So women, we need to be sharp, okay? The fact that we're getting all these gifts and he's looking after us, it don't mean we need to take the beating. So my advice to this girl is, don't go ahead with this marriage. I know there's scarcity of men there, but there's also scarcity of your life. You have a father, mother, brothers and sisters. I don't know if you have any children. They don't want to lose you. So if you go into this marriage, it could end up in a very, very, you know, dire situation where you may end up losing your life, right? So on that note, we're going to round up. Thank you so much. You know what?
Before you round up, can I just quickly say something? Because Celia and I have been on this domestic violence series for the past 4 weeks now. We just want to say a big thank you, because our DMs are full with people's stories. And, you know, myself and Celia, we sort of have a moment of like, wow, we're not even counselors. That's how much you trust us with your story. So I just want to say thank you so much, everyone. I wish we had time to cover everybody's story, but I'm sure myself, Celia, and production will look at another time when we'll do another series. It's just been so, and trusting us with your stories. Thank you.
Thank you. So on that note, we're going to leave it here, and we'll see you again next week. Thank you, ladies, for joining us. We love you, and we'll see you again on the show. Subscribe, and we love you. Bye-bye. See you later. Bye.
Bye.